What is Trees for Hope?
Right. Trees for Hope is a project that came to me, originated when I went back to Iran in 2001 after I graduated from School of Storytelling. And I went and spent a month in Iran where I grew up. And when I left the country, after that month, I remember I took a flight from Tehran to Istanbul, and on that flight, I just had to put my head down, and I cried the whole time. And I remember I cried because of what I felt for the land. I felt the suffering and the need for something to come back, for life, for the life energy, life force. At the time, I was studying at Emerson College, and I was involved with biodynamics agriculture, and I was very sensitive to life force as such. I could perceive the difference when life is strong somewhere or not. And I asked this question: how can we bring life force back? How can we reinforce the strength in the country? And that's when really for me the original intention came about planting trees, because trees bring life back. They create a whole ecology of their own, and they create the habitat for wildlife and creativity, activity, life activity to return. So that's when the intention arrived for me in 2001. Since then, I've been active in this field, more or less. And now Trees for Hope is a rebirth, is a reincarnation of that intention to help life and life force. What we call rewilding now is becoming a popular word, which means welcoming all life forms in all their diversity, and seeing the unity and the necessity of supporting a life system. So I like to work with the four elements, because I think it's really when the four elements, when our earth is healthy, when our water is healthy, when we can work with good fire, which in this it means energy, all sorts of energy, whether it's for food or transportation or our own bioenergy. That is fire, personal fire, and air. Which for me, air is spirit, is the words, is our communication, is how we communicate. So I feel when all the four elements come together, then life emerges. So a focus for the project is really paying attention to the four elements and the chemistry, the alchemy that happens, bringing the alchemy of the four elements together. So the intention for Trees for Hope is to connect people with land, with life force, is to do tree planting, practical work. Through our own heart connection, recognizing each of our own inspiration and aspiration and love for the land, for each other, and creating circles, communities, to plant trees, to welcome life back between us, in a nutshell.
And you are planning a gathering in Turkey for next spring. What's that gathering about?
Right, so one of the purposes of the gathering is to be able to see our environment, our land beyond borders. Because, land doesn't have borders. We've made borders between us, and so we divided ourselves up through the borders. So I'm calling for a bioregional gathering in eastern Turkey in April 2016 for people, for healers, people who work with earth regeneration, with wildlife, with clean water, people who've done work with clean energy, storytellers who work with living word, to come together and to create a new alchemy, to light a new fire for the region, and for people from the area to meet one another, to meet one another on a supportive platform that will give us the best opportunity to create programs for healing, whether it's healing communities, land, each other, ourselves, the earth. So that's the purpose. And I've written to the municipality where I hope that it will take place, and I've received supportive response. And I'm hoping to further to ground this intention and meet friends on the way to create this gathering. Yeah.
And why are you going to Iran now?
Right. Well, for this project, I like to meet with people who are active, who are working with wildlife, who are involved with tree planting, who care, who are awake to their love for the land. I think we all love our land as a human being. Some of us are more active and awake to that calling, to that inner connection than others. And I think those who are responsive, who can respond to their love, can act. So I would like to meet with people who are willing to be colleagues, collaborators. I like to have a good team, find a good team to first for the gathering in Turkey next year. And the gathering is a first step to create systemic and sustainable programs. I'm also going to Iran and Turkey and the region as a GEN ambassador. GEN is Global Eco-Village Network. So it's a great support. It's a system that's evolved over the last 20 years, supported by a Danish couple, actually. And the purpose of GEN is to help communities find sustainable ways, so creating a sustainable future. There are tools, they have tools that has evolved in other communities, and I can offer the tools to the communities I will meet to choose sustainable practices. So I would very much like to share this message as well. Also, Jen will be having a gathering this July in Findhorn, where I live, in northern Scotland. So it's called Gen Plus 20 conference, where people from around the world will come together, and they're offering a very special gift to people from the Middle East. They want to really help evolve the Gen Middle East network, and so they're really very generous with people there, and they asked me to find the right people to invite to the gathering, to meet and connect and evolve a network there. So that's also another purpose I'm going for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is very inspiring.
Thank you, Ashley.